guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be going over the differences between Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach. I'm going to show you on a map where they're located, what the different price ranges are as far as home values, what you can find in each area, things to do, and just an overview of each area and how they compare. If you're looking to make a move to the Myrtle Beach area, whether you're ready now or in 30 days or 300 days, my contact information is below in the description. Feel free to give me a call, text, email, or set up a time to chat. I'd love to help get you where you want to go.
Let's start with a map tour so you can see the locations of Myrtle Beach in comparison to North Myrtle Beach. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. I have it on the satellite view, so as you can see here, this is Myrtle Beach, and city limits is going to basically be kind of on the east side of the Intracoastal, except for part of Grand Dunes communities is actually part of the city limits, and it kind of goes up to Arcadian Shores here. So anywhere kind of below Arcadian Shores, around the Grand Dunes area, and south down to just past Market Common, which is right past the airport, is going to be Myrtle Beach city limits. And then North Myrtle Beach is obviously going to be towards the north. So closer to North Carolina here, it is going to be right before you get to Little River and the North Carolina border, you have North Myrtle Beach. Now, North Myrtle Beach is all in city limits. So if it is a North Myrtle Beach address, it is going to be in the city limits of North Myrtle Beach. Now, there's also a small area that is still in the city limits of North Myrtle Beach, but is also a Long's address, so just this little part here. Now, when I'm talking about Myrtle Beach, I'm talking about the whole area, including the unincorporated areas of Horry County, which still have a Myrtle Beach mailing address. So that is actually going to also include Carolina Forest, over here in Arcadian Shores, Socastee, Forest Brook area is all going to still be part of Myrtle Beach, but it is not in the city limits. So Myrtle Beach covers a much larger area than North Myrtle Beach.
Now that you see where exactly North Myrtle Beach is located in regarding to Myrtle Beach, let's just talk about the difference in the housing prices in the areas. Now, Myrtle Beach is going to have a median home price as of right now of $406,905. So that is going to be for single family homes. That is the median price range as of right now. North Myrtle Beach is going to have a higher median home price of single family homes at $592,615. So as you can see, the price of property in Myrtle Beach compared to North Myrtle Beach is going to be a little bit lower. Now, this may be because it does include a larger area. It includes a lot more areas that are further from the beach. And obviously, a lot of times, the closer you are to the ocean and the beach, the higher the prices are going to be. Now, all of North Myrtle Beach, well, almost all of North Myrtle Beach is going to be basically a golf cart ride away from the beach. So everything's pretty much on the east side of the Intracoastal for the most part. So that is why you are also going to see those higher prices. Now let's actually look at the condo prices too. So the condo comparison as far as the median sales price in Myrtle Beach is going to be $230,000 compared to North Myrtle Beach, which is going to be higher at $315,000. So single family homes and condos tend to cost more in North Myrtle Beach as opposed to Myrtle Beach. And when you think of Myrtle Beach, you think of it as a vacation destination, a little bit rowdy, a lot of entertainment, very busy, especially if you're talking about like the downtown area of Myrtle Beach. But there are a lot more people moving to the Myrtle Beach area, and because it actually does spread out a lot further than just the city limits, that's not all you're going to find there. Now, if you are comparing it to North Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach is going to be a very family-friendly vacation destination. I would say it's a little bit quieter than Myrtle Beach. There's a little bit more of a laid-back feel as opposed to the Myrtle Beach area. You do have a lot more vacationers though in North Myrtle Beach and more part-time homeowners than people that live there full-time. The Myrtle Beach area since it is so much more spread out and has kind of turned into, you know, more of a suburb area on the outskirts of it, the unincorporated areas, you do have a lot of people that live there full time too. Now, both have pretty equal things to do. I would say the Myrtle Beach area has a little bit more to do, but it's also because it is a larger area. But North Myrtle Beach has its own things that are different as well. So in Myrtle Beach, you have the boardwalk, you have Broadway at the beach, you have Market Common, and of course the beach. And in North Myrtle Beach, you have Barefoot Landing, you have a lot of intercoastal water sports activities as well. And both obviously have tons of restaurants. The Myrtle Beach area in general, North Myrtle Beach, we have one of the highest restaurants per capita. So there are tons of restaurants throughout the whole Grand Strand. Now, just like home prices and condo prices, for sale, rentals typically are going to be less expensive in the Myrtle Beach area as well compared to North Myrtle Beach. Now, let me hit on safety and crime rates. Now, Myrtle Beach downtown within city limits is going to have a higher crime rate than North Myrtle Beach. So there are typically areas that, you know, I personally would not want to go around nighttime or things like that aren't my favorite, but North Myrtle Beach tends to be a little bit safer if you look at the statistics. Now, our crime statistics are slightly skewed though, just because the amount of people that actually live in the area and the amount of people that go through the area yearly, as far as tourists and just transient people, is so much higher than a lot of other areas. So it really does skew our crime rates. So keeping that in mind if you are looking at those. I will put a link to some crime rates in the description, but I do like to point out that they are slightly skewed. Now, if you are thinking about buying real estate in either of these areas, there are pros and cons to both as well. I already talked about the prices and the median prices, but both areas do have, you know, their kind of luxury higher end areas, and they also have their areas that aren't as nice, just like any other metropolitan area has. Now, if you are looking for rentals, it is important to check the zoning, and not just whether it's in property is in an HOA or not, because the zoning is going to matter as far as rental. So if you are looking to buy a vacation rental and you want to rent it out short term, there are actually more opportunities in North Myrtle Beach as opposed to Myrtle Beach, just due to the zoning. A lot of Myrtle Beach has been zoned so that the rentals have to be 3 months or longer, so only long-term rentals, where North Myrtle Beach has a lot more like single family homes, especially, that can be rented out short-term, you know, nightly, weekly, and things like that. Now, condos, for the most part, you do get a lot of in Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach that are allowed to be rented out short term. But when it comes to single family homes, there's definitely more of an opportunity in North Myrtle Beach for that. As far as the beaches and what they're like in Myrtle Beach compared to North Myrtle Beach, one thing about parking in Myrtle Beach is that they have changed it to, you have to pay for parking year round. You can get a parking pass if you are a resident in the city limits of Myrtle Beach. But if you are in one of those unincorporated areas of Myrtle Beach, like Carolina Forest, Socastee, outside the city limits, then you cannot get that parking pass. So parking is paid for all year round. North Myrtle Beach, they do have paid parking during the season, but they do not have payment after October and before May. So there is a time where it is free to park. The other good thing about North Myrtle Beach beaches is that they do have bathrooms at a lot of their beaches. So Myrtle Beach does not tend to have a lot of bathrooms at their beaches, while North Myrtle Beach does. So that is kind of a plus. If you are in the city limits of North Myrtle Beach, which if your address is North Myrtle Beach, you probably are, or you will be able to get a pass, the residence pass. So you can park for free year round. Now, I just want to point out a couple neighborhoods that I really love in the Myrtle Beach area. I really love Market Common area. This area is almost like a small city. You can kind of walk everywhere to restaurants, shops. You can even golf cart ride to the beach if you live in this area. So if that's something that you are looking for, the Market Common area is definitely something to check out. Another area of Myrtle Beach I love is obviously the Grand Dunes area. It's going to have luxury homes, private communities with very close distance to the beach as well. So those are two areas of Myrtle Beach that I would definitely check out. Now, if you are on a little bit more of a budget, the Carolina Forest area might be for you. Now this is just right on the other side of the intercoastal, and this is outside of the city limits. So you'll save a little bit on taxes there. You definitely want to check that out. They have pretty much something for everyone there in the vast communities to choose from. A couple of my favorite communities to live in are going to be Barefoot Resort. The Barefoot Resort has a ton of different options and houses, from condos to townhouses and things like that. You are golf cart ride to the beach, and they also do have a beachfront cabana you can use if you are part of this community. It's basically a bunch of communities in one. So Barefoot Resort is one of my favorite areas in Myrtle Beach. I love the Cherry Grove area. There are going to be a lot of non-HOA homes here as well, but you do have to look out for flooding. So just keeping that in mind as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any other questions, something I didn't touch on this video, please leave a comment below and I would love to answer your questions. Have a good one.